What's up you guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those that are new here, hi, my name is Rochelle and I like to make mostly thrifting but also like beauty content, lifestyle, fashion, anything pretty much girly. For today's video, I wanted to do a makeup video. So recently I took you guys with me to Walmart and I ended up picking up a ton of makeup. You guys, I bought way too much makeup and I was asking you guys if you guys wanted to see a little bit more beauty content. I used to make a lot more makeup and beauty content a few months ago or like a year ago, and you guys didn't seem to like really want to watch them as much. I felt like all of my thrifting videos just got a lot more views, or like anything that had to do with fashion just ended up getting more views. But recently when I showed you guys all of the makeup I bought and just talking about makeup, you guys ended up telling me in the comments, like a ton of you guys ended up saying that you wanted more makeup related content. So I figured that I would kind of start integrating that back into my channel again. It is really hard for me to do thrifting videos several times a week anyways, just because, you guys, I'm spending way too much money lately. I've kind of voiced that. I'll go into that a little bit more, but I can't go thrift shopping 3 times a week. It's just a lot. I'm getting way too much stuff, and yeah, I don't want to be spending that much money. So I was thinking I would probably do like one thrift video a week and then one like makeup video a week and then one that was just kind of like other category. And plus I love beauty and you guys seem to like it too. So I also wanted to mention that I am pledging to do a no buy makeup for the month of June. I spent way too much money on makeup just recently and I feel like I am being overwhelmed with how much stuff I have. I've also been watching a few channels that have been talking about just like addiction to buying makeup or spending addiction in general, and I'm kind of like, is that me? I think I just need to take a break. I was starting to feel guilty about it when I'm buying and spending so much money on makeup and I'm like not using all of the stuff that I can. So I think I'm just going to take a break. The only exception that I'll make to that rule is if I run out of something and I don't have it and I need it, I will end up repurchasing it just because I need it. But I'm not going to be buying anything excessive or like new eyeshadow palettes or whatever. I have so much stuff and I need to use what I have and I need to enjoy what I have. So yeah. Hold me accountable. I'm doing a no makeup buy for June. Okay, enough babbling. For today's video, I wanted to talk about all of the recent makeup buys that I have had. I wanted to just kind of sit down and enjoy some of the stuff that I've been loving, just like my new recent purchases and recent things that I've been enjoying. I also used all of the products on my face today, so I will show you guys applying it while I'm talking about it. Starting off with skincare, I've mentioned this several times on my channel already, but I thought I would mention again because I have been loving it. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Water Essence. I really like it. It's kind of like a serum-y consistency. So it's very watery, but I feel like it's very like glycerin based. This is my first step when prepping the skin. I just like to throw a little bit of this in my hands and kind of pat it all over my face and also bring it down my neck. And yeah, like I said, I feel like it really moisturizes and sinks into my skin quickly, but it's also very lightweight, which is really nice. I feel like this would be appropriate for all skin types, not necessarily just only dry. It would work for oily skin as well because it's not overly hydrating. And then I mentioned that I finally found the e.l.f. e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Everyone's been talking about this, saying it's a Tatcha dupe. I don't have the Tatcha, but I wanted to try it out. So it's just this nice consistency. It's very silicone-y, so it's very good for kind of like filling in any pores or fine lines and things like that. I mainly just like to use this in my T-zone, so in the center of my forehead, nose, nostril area, a little bit on my chin and around my mouth. So basically just the center of my face. I feel like it is a great base to put other makeup on top of to make it nice and smooth on my skin. I think it was about $8. Like I said, I found it at my local Ulta and I have been really liking it. It does remind me of this really great Touch in Soul primer. This is the No Problem primer. I got this in a BoxyCharm recently, a few months ago, I think 2 or 3 months ago, and I'm obsessed with this, you guys. It's more of like a serum consistency, but when you spread it around on your skin, I do feel like they feel similar. They must both have dimethicone heavily in the ingredients, so they are very similar. If you have this, I don't necessarily think you need this, but both are great. This one's a little bit more expensive. You can find it at Sephora. This is a great drugstore alternative. I don't know which one I like better, but I thought I would mention this one as well because I have been really liking this. I'm already getting hot, you guys. These lights are hot. I'm wearing a long sleeve. Don't know why I decided to do that to myself. All right, I also picked up the e.l.f. Hello Hydration Face Cream. This has hyaluronic acid and peptide complex. I picked this up because I heard several YouTubers talking about it, or just like beauty gurus talking about it, and I like hyaluronic acid, so I thought it would be a good choice to try out. It's all right. I've only tried it like 4 or 5 times now. It is a little bit thicker and creamier. This is probably going to be best for dry skin types, and I like to use it around the perimeter of my face where I don't get oily and is more dry. So cheek area, kind of like bottom of the chin, forehead, just around the edges of my face. I wouldn't say that I don't like it, but it doesn't blow me away. I wouldn't like tell you guys to run out and buy it, but at the same time, I'm not saying I dislike it. It's just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I don't know if I'd repurchase it, but it's not bad. I'll continue to use it. But I feel like it's not all what everyone was raving on YouTube about, you know? All right, moving on to brow products. I feel like brows are something I always kind of struggle with. I don't love my brows. I kind of try to change the shape a lot. I move around from pencil to pomade, back to powder, all over the place. I don't have something that's like an absolute love staple. But recently I've been crushing hard on 2 different products, and I figured I would talk to you about them. Like I said, in my BoxyCharm, I get so many things that I probably would never end up buying on my own, but I try out and then I'm like obsessed with, and I have to repurchase it because they're so good. And the first one is this Iconic London. This is a Sculpt and Boost eyebrow cushion. It opens up like this, has a little spoolie and brush, and then on the inside is the brow product. This one comes with 2 different colors, like a warmer, lighter brown and then a cooler, darker brown. I am literally obsessed with this, you guys, and I feel like it makes putting my brows on so much faster. Usually brows take me quite a while and I have to really build them up because my brow hair is so light. But this product I feel like I can really use quickly, and I just like the way that it turns out every time. It's easy for me to fill in, it's convenient, it works well. Every time I use this product, I feel like I have a decent brow day. I am obsessed with this, and I will definitely repurchase this in the future. I think it might be expensive, which is unfortunate because usually I just use drugstore brow products for the most part, and they work all right. Iconic London Eyebrow Cushion. Oh, it's even more expensive. It is $40 on Ulta. That is a little bit pushing it for me as far as price goes. $40 I would say is steep, but I enjoy it. I feel like it works really, really well. Oh, man. It's just a staple in my everyday makeup routine now, unfortunately. And then something that's a lot more affordable and I really, really like, this is the e.l.f. Brow Pomade. Oh, it's called Lock On Liner and Brow Cream. I have it in the color Espresso, so pretty dark. I like to fill my brows in a lot darker. I have tried so many different pomades over the course of me doing makeup and I do like a lot of them, but for some reason this one is just like a little bit, it's the consistency that I like of this one. It's soft and kind of like pillowy and it's creamy, and I don't notice that this one dries out so fast. Like I said, I have tried out so many different ones and I feel like they do tend to just like dry out pretty quickly, but this one I've had for several months. It's still soft and creamy, it doesn't dry out, the consistency is nice, it doesn't like, I don't know, something about this that just works for me, and I think this is like $3 or $4. I'm not too sure, but it's e.l.f., so it can't be too expensive, and I like it. I recently picked up this Essence I Love Color Intensifying Eyeshadow Base. So I tried it for the first time today. I won't say that I hated it, but I also wasn't in love with it off of just first impressions. The consistency is light, and it did give my eyeshadow like something to grab onto, although it wasn't as thick as concealer. I'm usually used to putting concealer down for my eyeshadow base, and that works well for me. But if that is a little bit too thick, I would say that this is a good product because it does give you a tiny wash of color and kind of like evens out the skin tone, and also gives that eyeshadow just something to grab onto. I want to try it out a little longer and see if I can really like perfect it or see what situations I want to use this in. But yeah, this was only a few dollars. I usually really love Essence, and I will be testing this out and give you guys my thoughts if you guys want that in a later video. I also wanted to try to use some of these brushes that I recently got in the Walmart haul. This is a BH Cosmetics brush set. I got this on sale. I think it was like $17, but originally $26. I have way too many brushes, but I feel like brushes are something that really make or break your makeup. If you're using crappy brushes, your makeup doesn't turn out as well. A good brush set is worth it, although I do think you can find very good ones at Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Ross, as long as you're kind of like on the hunt and looking for the good ones. But yeah, I bought this just basically because they were on sale, and I've heard BH has really great brushes. and this didn't disappoint. And if you can find them still on sale, I would recommend trying this set specifically. I've heard other BH sets are great. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried a BH brush set and if they were decent. It's hot. It is hot. I'd turn on my fan, but it's really loud, so I'm doing it for you guys. Ooh, I'm really excited to talk about this, you guys. Okay, so for my eyeshadow, obviously you guys can see I did something a lot more colorful than I normally do. I went to Marshall's a while ago and I ended up picking up this palette. This is from Profusion. I know they sell Profusion at Walmart and you can sometimes find it at Marshall's and like TJ Maxx, places like that. I picked up this Profusion Pro Pigment palette at my local TJ Maxx because it was $3. Do you guys see that? $3. Like, you can't beat it. Like, I had to. And you guys, I know a ton of people have talked about Profusion, and I have tried another Profusion palette in the past that I picked up at Walmart. This guy, the Paradise palette. I picked this up at a Walmart that carried Profusion. I am really into these eyeshadow palettes, you guys. They are super affordable and they work. The mattes are blendable and creamy and pigmented. They don't skip on my eyelid. They don't look patchy at all. They're very like finely milled, so I feel like they just kind of like blend themselves. And sometimes when the mattes are really great, I feel like the shimmers are not so great. So I was just kind of like, we'll see how this one performs. And so I used this purple down here, Nebula. When I put it on my eyelid, I was like, oh my God. Like, I know people talk about Profusion, but like, where have I been? I like want them all. Which I'm gonna not do, not for the month of June, maybe in July. If I'm still thinking about it, I will pick up another one. Man, Profusion. Since I went with the purple eyeshadow look, I wanted to try out this Stila Magnificent Metals eyeshadow color that I got a long time ago. It's like a purple mermaid, beautifulness. But like I said, I don't wear color that much on my lids, so I felt like today was the most appropriate day to try this out. I put it just on the inner part of my eyelid, and I do feel like this pulled a lot more blue than I was expecting. To me, in the package, it looks more purple, but when I put it on my eyelid, it was more blue against the purple eyeshadow that I used on my lid. I think it's really worth it if you like this color, and I definitely would recommend trying these out if you guys haven't. All right, I mentioned to you guys that I like the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation. I have this in a few different colors, but right now I'm self-tanned, so I used this one. It is a buff beige medium. I really like this foundation because I feel like it's very skin-like. It's very lightweight, so you don't feel very cakey or thick on your skin. And it also really just lets any of your skin kind of peek through if you have freckles or like, you know, it just makes your skin look very skin-like and a little bit radiant, I would say. So I can't rave about this foundation enough. I think it's like $5 or $6. I can find it at like Walmart and Walgreens. I mean, I think pretty much most places that sell Wet n Wild. It has this little applicator, which I absolutely love using. I feel like the applicator is perfect and I just keep it in there. This thing doesn't seem to dry out as long as you're closing the lid really well, and you just lightly dab it in there and just pounce it onto the skin, and it's beautiful. I even feel like this would be great for mature skin. Love this foundation. What I use today, I think it looks really nice. Bada boom, bada bang. For concealers, I recently picked up the Milani concealers that are only sold at Walmart, and I have really been liking them. I feel like it's very lightweight and easy to blend out, and maybe just makes my under eye look a little bit more hydrated. I'm 30 years old, so I am getting fine lines and wrinkles under my eyes, which is why I don't set my concealer with any powder, because honestly, it just makes my eyes look older and worse. I have been enjoying this. I probably would repurchase it. I've used it several times now. I'd probably say like 5 to 7 times, and it is really nice. I also got this darker one, Cool Cocoa, for bronzing my face. I like to cream contour and bronze before putting on a powder bronzer, and so I just use that on my cheekbones and the perimeter of my face. I have been enjoying both of these guys and would recommend off of just using them a few times. I recently purchased the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Setting Powder. I have been trying this out for about a month, maybe a month and a half, and I have been really liking it. The packaging is really great. It's really big, easy to use. I just dip my brush into the lid and tap it off into the lid and kind of set everywhere except for my under eyes. So my forehead, cheek area, chin, I even bring it down my neck. Really like this, have been enjoying it, would recommend. Super good. I love this too, you guys. This is the jelly highlighter that I was talking about. I was looking for this everywhere when I was at Walmart and they didn't have it. They only had it at Ulta. I picked up one for me and one for my salon for when I do makeup on my clients, and I love this, you guys. It's so beautiful. So I use it before doing any powder and it makes your skin look so gorgeous, especially when you lay a powder highlight on top. It's just like so bright and pretty. The only thing I will say about this is that you have to work with it quickly. You have to blend it out because this sets fast. Sometimes if I put product on both cheeks, it sets so fast that I can't even get to the other side to blend it out. So my recommendation is just work one side at a time. But something about this one, you guys, this is a yes, for me at least. For my bronzer, I have been using for the past week this Milani bronzer. I got it at Walmart. It is number 2 Sunkissed. I picked this up because it was a little more cool toned and a lot of my bronzers are very warm toned, so I wanted something that I could just like sculpt out my cheekbones and nose a little bit more. I have been really liking this. This is a really nice formula. I think that there's 3 in the line. I would recommend them. I think the formula is really good and this is definitely a repurchase for me. I literally feel like I am obsessed with every single product that I use today. But this one is in probably my top 3. This is the Alamar Cosmetics Colorette Blush Trio. I have it in the color Fair Light. This came in a recent BoxyCharm and I think it's my favorite blush palette to date. Like the 3 colors that it comes with, I'm obsessed with. Like, it's so good. It is so good. Today I used the color in the center because I feel like it just went with my eyeshadow color a little bit better. But these 2 orangey peachy shades, I usually mix them together and those are the ones that I use, I would say, more often. This is just such a great palette. I hope you guys got this in your BoxyCharm. They are not lying. This is really good. I love it. Super good. I've literally been using that every day for like a month. So after I'm done with the Jelly Much highlighter, I have really been liking to do my powder highlight. This is the e.l.f. White Gold highlighter. I really like it. I am a bit tan for this color at the moment, but I think this would really suit me when I'm more fair. I just like that kind of like beigey, it's not gold, but it's not white. It's like right in the middle, kind of like a champagne color. Really good. I have been liking it on top of the Jelly Much highlighter. They're a good combo. I wouldn't necessarily though say like you have to run out and grab this highlighter if it doesn't appeal to you. Like there's so many good highlighters and if you have 10 already, you don't need this one, but it is, I wouldn't say I dislike it though. To finish off my makeup look, I went in with lipsticks. I quickly just lined with this NYX lip liner in the color Nude Truffle. Love this one. Cool toned, kind of like a brownie nude. That's totally right up my alley, so I put that on. And then I mentioned both of these lipsticks and they are both so good. Baddest Beige was the one I heard a lot about. Like I said, it's a little pinky for me. I usually like a more like brownie neutral kind of color, but the formula of this one is really great. It's very emollient, very shiny, very juicy on the lips. So I do really like this one and I'm gonna use it all the time. It's just not what color I normally go for. And the one I used today was Nude Lust. Obsessed. Super pretty. Really neutral, leaning more like cool toned and a little bit more brown, I would say, than pink. All right, you guys, and then to finish off the look, someone did ask me and then wanted to know what I thought about this product since I purchased it. It is the new L'Oreal Lumi Shake and Glow Dew Mist. Let me spray some. I'm not sure what the scent is, but it's not the same as the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This smells so good. This smells so good. I absolutely love this setting spray. It's not the same smell, but I would say it's similar to that smell. Very, very fine, light mist. I do feel like it made my skin look nice and glowy and dewy. If you are looking for a new face mist at the drugstore, I would say pick this one up unless you're sensitive to fragrances, but I am liking it so far. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. For those of you guys that commented and let me know that you wanted a little bit more like makeup and beauty related content, I really appreciate that. I'm gonna start integrating that more on my channel. I think I'll do like Makeup Mondays. Even if I don't call it Makeup Monday, I'm going to publish my makeup videos on Mondays, and then maybe like Thursday, Thrifting Thursdays might be cute and nice, and then I'll do one over the weekend that's just kind of like random. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. If you made it to the end of the video, you are an MVP, and I can't believe you listened to me talk that long. I love you guys. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye! Also, always leave me suggestions of videos that you guys want so I can film them for you. Okay, bye.